Before you grab a cart and head toward those familiar blue signs, stop for a second and ask yourself, how much do you really know about what's happening inside your local Kroger? Because behind the friendly smiles and digital coupons is a system that's been quietly working against shoppers who aren't paying attention. This isn't about gossip or random complaints. This is about what you've already seen but never noticed, from pricing tricks to quiet product swaps, from rewards that vanish to food that shouldn't even be on the shelf. Kroger's biggest secrets aren't hidden in the back. They're right in front of you. We're not listing them, we're exposing them. And once you understand how the game really works, you'll never shop there the same way again. Most people walk into Kroger thinking they're getting the sale price they see on the shelf, but what they don't realize is that many of those deals only apply if you use a Kroger Plus card. Without that card, the price you pay at the register can be way higher than what was listed. The tags are often designed in a way that makes the discount look automatic. They'll show a bright red or yellow sticker with the lower price in large print and the regular price in smaller font. But buried in the corner or along the edge, there's a tiny note that says, "with card." That means unless you scan your phone number or loyalty account at checkout, you're not getting the deal you thought you were. And here's the part that catches a lot of people off guard. If you don't have a card or forget to use it, the system charges you the full price without warning. There's no alert on the screen or reminder at the register. You'll just see the higher price on your receipt after you've paid. For people who are in a rush, distracted, or shopping for the first time, it feels like a trick. Kroger promotes the card as a reward for loyal customers, but in reality, it creates a two-tier pricing system that charges different people different amounts for the same exact product. And the people who don't understand how it works usually pay more. It's not illegal, but it's confusing on purpose. It makes you think the store is cheaper than it is, when in fact the lower price is locked behind a system that not everyone is using. The sale is real, but only if you play by Kroger's rules. And if you don't, you're paying for it without even knowing. When you walk into the meat section at Kroger, you probably assume everything in the case is fresh and ready to cook. But what most people don't know is that some of the meat marked down for clearance actually gets placed back into the regular display without any warning. This usually happens when a product is close to its expiration date. Employees will slap a new sticker on it that says "Manager's Special" or shows a bright orange price drop, then move it from the clearance bin to the regular shelf to make it look like it's just another part of the daily selection. That means unless you look closely at the dates, you could be buying meat that has only 1 or 2 days left before it goes bad. Some customers have even reported buying meat that was already starting to turn in color or smell, even though it looked like a regular item. And because it's placed alongside fresh stock, you might not realize it's a discounted product meant to be used immediately. Kroger does this to reduce waste and avoid tossing unsold items, but the problem is that shoppers aren't always told the truth about what they're getting. There's no sign that says "use right away" or "marked down for age." Instead, it's treated like a secret deal that only shows up on the receipt. It's up to the customer to inspect the packaging, check the expiration date, and decide whether or not the meat is still worth buying. If you don't know to look for it, you might assume everything in the case is equally fresh, which isn't always true. And that's how some people end up cooking expired chicken or gray beef without realizing Kroger had quietly cleared out the back room and put it back in front of you. At first glance, self-checkout at Kroger seems like a fast and convenient way to get in and out of the store, but what most people don't realize is how closely these machines are monitored and how quickly they can flag you even if you make a tiny mistake. Every self-checkout station is equipped with cameras, sensors, and software that tracks your every move. These systems are designed to detect anything that looks unusual, like if you move an item too quickly, bag something before scanning it, or accidentally scan an item twice. What starts as a simple accident can instantly trigger a lock on your screen, freeze the machine, and call an employee over to check what you're doing. Sometimes, even when you do everything right, the system might misread your actions and treat you like you're trying to steal something. There are people who have been pulled aside or questioned over nothing more than moving a soda too early or leaning into the screen while entering a code. And while Kroger says this system is in place to stop theft, it's creating an awkward and stressful experience for honest shoppers who just want to check out quickly. Teens and younger shoppers especially get watched more closely even if they're not doing anything wrong, which can feel unfair and embarrassing. The entire setup is built on tracking, recording, and alerting, all while you think you're in control of your own checkout. It's not just about paying for groceries anymore. It's about passing a system that's watching your every step and deciding whether or not you look suspicious. One of the most misleading things you'll find in a Kroger store is the bright yellow Manager's Special sticker. Most people see that label and assume they've found a great deal, but what they don't realize is that these tags are often used to move products that are very close to expiring or already starting to spoil. Items with these labels are not always marked clearly as clearance or old stock. Instead, they're placed out in the open like any regular product, making it hard for the average shopper to tell the difference. That means you could grab a container of yogurt, a piece of meat, or even a box of snacks that looks perfectly normal but actually has a sell-by date just one day away, or even for that same day. In some cases, these items don't just sit in the discount bin. Employees mix them back in with the fresh inventory to sell them faster. And unless you take the time to flip every package and carefully read the label, you'll have no idea what you're buying. Some shoppers have even discovered spoiled milk or moldy cheese inside sealed packages that had a Manager's Special sticker slapped on. Kroger isn't required to tell you why an item was marked down, and there's no warning to let you know that it needs to be eaten immediately or that it's past its prime. The label makes it seem like you're getting a limited time deal, but in reality, you might be getting leftovers the store just wants off the shelf. So while the discount looks tempting, the real cost could be buying something that goes bad the same day you bring it home, or worse, something that was already past its best when you picked it up. Kroger's digital coupons might look like a simple way to save money, but there's a frustrating trick hiding behind the app that most shoppers don't find out until it's too late. The coupons you clip can disappear from your account without warning, even before the expiration date printed on them. It happens more often than you'd think. You open the Kroger app, find a coupon for $2 off laundry detergent or $1 off cereal. Tap to add it to your account and think you're all set. But when you get to the store and scan your card at checkout, the discount doesn't show up. You check the app again and suddenly the coupon is gone. No message, no alert, nothing to explain why. It just vanished. Sometimes the coupon limit has already been reached, meaning too many other people used it before you could. Other times, the item you picked doesn't match the tiny specific details required by the coupon, even if the brand and size look the same. There are also situations where the app glitches or logs you out, and when you sign back in, your saved offers are just missing. If you try to explain this at the register, most cashiers can't do much to fix it. You're left paying full price for something you expected to save on. Kroger makes these digital deals look simple, but they're built with rules that are hard to follow unless you're constantly checking the app and reading every small detail. What should be a helpful savings tool becomes a guessing game, and the only person who loses is the shopper who thought they were getting a deal that Kroger quietly took away. Kroger's Fuel Points program is one of the most talked about reward systems the store offers. But what a lot of people don't realize is that it's designed to make you spend more money than you probably should. On the surface, it looks like a win. For every dollar you spend at Kroger, you earn points that help you get discounts at the gas pump. Spend $100 and you might save 10 cents per gallon. Spend $200 and you could save even more. But here's where it gets sneaky. That fuel savings comes with an expiration date, and if you don't use it in time, it disappears. This pushes people to make extra trips to the store or buy things they don't need just to hit the next fuel point milestone. You'll see shoppers tossing random items into their cart at the last minute, not because they need them, but because they're trying to unlock a few more cents off gas. In the end, you might be spending $20 extra just to save $3 at the pump. Kroger knows this, and they count on it. The fuel points give the illusion that you're getting rewarded, but the real reward is on Kroger's side, because you're shopping more, spending more, and often buying higher priced items just to feel like you're getting a deal. The truth is, the system is built to encourage overspending and rush decisions. And unless you're extremely careful about tracking your points, watching expiration dates, and calculating real value, that fuel discount may be costing you more than it's saving. Kroger's store brands might seem like a safe way to save money, especially when they sit right next to name brand products and carry similar packaging. But what shoppers don't know is that these private label items often change suppliers without any warning. One month, a box of Kroger brand cereal might be made in the same factory as a popular national brand using similar ingredients and quality. The next month, that same box could be made by a completely different company using cheaper ingredients or different production methods. There's no alert on the packaging. There's no message in the app. The name and design stay exactly the same, so most people have no idea anything changed at all. You'll only notice when something tastes off, works differently, or doesn't last like it used to. And since Kroger doesn't have to tell you who makes their store brand items, you're left guessing every time you pick one up. This becomes especially important with food, household cleaners, and over-the-counter medicine, where changes in formula or supplier can affect how well the product works or how safe it is. Even if a product was great last month, there's no guarantee it's it's the same now. And if you call customer service asking what changed, they'll usually say it's confidential. The real issue is that Kroger quietly swaps out suppliers to save money on the back end while keeping the front of the package identical so they don't lose your trust. It's a hidden switch that only shows itself after you've already taken the product home, and sometimes not until it fails to deliver what you expected. One thing that most people never question while shopping at Kroger is how fresh their fruits and vegetables really are. You walk through the produce section, see bright, shiny apples, crisp lettuce, and misted greens that look picture perfect. But what many shoppers don't realize is that some of the produce is being sprayed with water or treated with a coating to make it look fresher than it really is. That shine on the apples, it might be a layer of wax that mist spraying over the greens. It doesn't actually keep the vegetables fresher, it just makes them look cooler, literally. In some cases, those sprays are used to cover up produce that is already starting to go bad. The water makes the leaves look crisp for a few extra hours, even if they're already soft or slimy underneath. And unless you touch every piece of produce, smell it, and check it carefully, you might not realize what you're actually buying until you get home and unpack it. Some customers have found mold underneath berry containers that looked perfect on top, or opened a bag of spinach that looked fresh through the window but had mushy leaves hidden at the bottom. Kroger does this to reduce waste and sell more product before it has to be tossed out, but it leaves the customer with the responsibility of spotting what's truly fresh and what's just made to look that way. The visual tricks are subtle, but they work. They make you feel like everything is in perfect shape, even when it's already turning, and that means unless you're extra careful, you could be paying full price for produce that's just days or even hours away from going bad. If you've ever used Kroger's online pickup service, you probably like the idea of ordering groceries from your phone and having someone bring them right to your car. But what most people don't realize is that some of the substitutions Kroger makes in these orders can quietly cost you more money than you plan to spend. When an item you picked is out of stock, the app allows Kroger employees to replace it with something similar. That sounds helpful, but the replacement is often a bigger or more expensive version of what you asked for, and unless you specifically said you didn't want substitutions, you'll get charged the higher price. So if you ordered a store-brand loaf of bread for $2 and it's out of stock, they might give you a premium brand for $4 without checking if that's okay with you. And it doesn't stop at food. People have gotten swapped items in beauty products, cleaning supplies, and even pet food that cost much more than their original choice. The worst part is that you don't always notice right away. You show up, they load your car, and you drive off. By the time you check your receipt or look in the bags, it's already done. Some shoppers have caught these swaps only after realizing their total seemed too high. And while you can go back to the store and ask for a refund, it's a hassle that most people won't bother with. Kroger presents substitutions as a convenient option, but it quietly builds in more revenue by charging you for upgrades you didn't choose. Unless you uncheck the substitution box every time or review your cart in detail before leaving, you might be paying more than you planned without even realizing it. One of the most overlooked issues at Kroger is how often expired products are left sitting on the shelves, especially in stores that are understaffed or extremely busy. Most shoppers expect that a store as big as Kroger would have a system to regularly pull anything that's past its expiration date, but in reality, that process doesn't always happen on time. Employees have admitted that with so many tasks and so few people working each shift, checking expiration dates often gets pushed to the bottom of the list. As a result, expired milk, stale bread, outdated snacks, and even medicines can stay on the shelves for days or weeks longer than they should. Some customers have shared stories of buying items only to get home and realize they had already expired. Others have even found spoiled dairy products or moldy packaged goods right in the middle of the regular aisles. In stores that don't have enough staff to keep up, it's easy for expired products to blend in with the fresh ones, especially when the packaging still looks clean. Kroger may have policies in place to prevent this, but without enough employees to enforce them, things slip through the cracks. And unless you make it a habit to check the expiration date on every item before you buy, you could end up wasting your money or getting something that's not safe to eat. It's not about one bad apple. It's about a system that counts on shoppers not noticing, and that can lead to spoiled food, wasted money, and a lot of frustration. So the next time you're walking through Kroger thinking you're getting the usual deal, take a closer look, because now you know the truth behind the sales, the scanners, the apps, and the aisles. This isn't about avoiding the store forever. It's about not getting played while you shop. And if something like this has happened to you, we want to hear about it. Did you catch an expired item, lose a digital coupon, get charged more than you expected? Drop your story in the comments. The more people share, the harder it becomes for stores to keep these things quiet. And if this video made you look at Kroger differently, make sure to subscribe because this is just the beginning. There's a lot more coming.